recording has been turned on. I'm about to repeat a bunch of stuff I already said earlier. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Canton's First Friday Poetry Spectacular. We come to our Poetry Slam. We are keeping points for Lake Effect Poetry, which is Northeast Ohio's official slam team. This is unmoderated. I'm just repeating stuff for the broadcast that everybody knows anyway. By joining us this evening, you are accepting certain risks. Members of our audience may be exposed to the deadly toxin known as words. Side effects of exposure may include communication, discourse, compassion, empathy, and understanding. Words can be weaponized and have been known to bring about civil unrest, propaganda, revolution, and daytime television. By attending tonight's performance, you acknowledge these risks and will not hold the Poets Haven or Arts and Stark liable for any consequences that may occur. That's your word of warning. I didn't grab the clipboard. Okay, open my, or blah, 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 blah. Slam, 3 minutes. We are now adhering to the traditional Poetry Slam Inc. rule of we have a 10-second grace period. You lose a half point once you hit 10 seconds over, and then every 10 seconds thereafter is another half point. We don't have enough people here to have 5 judges. At least we don't have enough. The clipboard's it's on the table outside. Thank you, Steve. Thank you. So we're just going to do 3, I'm hoping. Can you 2 judge? Neither one of you is competing, right? Can you judge? Nope. And can you judge? You want to judge? Yeah. Thanks. No. Okay, the lovely lady sitting beside John, even though we try not to have people that are here with somebody competing, but you want to judge? Cool. All right, we have 3 judges. It's the bare minimum we need. Normally, you'd want 5, and then the top score and the highest score and the lowest score get taken out. But yeah, hopefully next month we'll have a bigger crowd. I didn't have as much time to promote this as I would have liked, and well, honestly, the time I did have, I was preoccupied. So, my bad. Okay, 3-minute rule, must be original material, must be, no props, no costumes, you all know this. Poetry Slam, well, started by a guy named Mark Smith, and thank you, at least one person knew that, in Chicago back in the 80s, and my phone is buzzing in my pocket. That's not enjoyable. Okay, enough babbling. Let's keep the show rolling. Our first competitor of the evening. Oh, wait. Judges. You're going to be judging on a 10-point scale. A 10 is, oh my God, I want to have your children. A 0 is, oh my God, please don't ever pick up a pen again. Usually about half the score should be for how well written you think the poem is. Half the score should be for the actual performance of it. If somebody gets up here and it's the most brilliant thing you've ever heard, but that might be a 5 or a 6 even. But if they get up here and it's the most brilliant performance you've ever seen and it's the most asinine words you've ever heard, yeah, that's not a good score. If they get up here and it's a good performance and it's a solid piece, hey, that could be somewhere, 7 or an 8. If they get up here and like I said, oh my God, I want to have your kids, That could be a 9 or a 10. All right. I'll pass out the clipboards in 1 second. Our first competitor, get ready. Remember, the clock starts. The first word you say on the stage. Our first competitor is Corey Mikesell. Did I say that right? Okay, Corey.
Have you ever fallen in love with a house? Licked your lips at the sight of its cantilevered hips, really gotten a hard-on for its rich mahogany hardwood, or been weak in the knees for the ambition of its chimney, piercing the sky like the heretical Tower of Babel, erecting a middle finger to God. My childhood house was a mansion, but not in the redundance of its elegance or expanse, but in the grandeur of its radiance. Its carpets were warm like a lover's skin at the exact moment when you begin to confuse who is who and where you end and their soul begins. Its shutters were sleep-trimmed eyes, drunken contentment and heavy sighs, unconcerned with the icy reprisals of winter to come. And when that snow did begin to fall, my house would swaddle me in its arms and hum tropical love songs until I floated off to a land of equatorial dreams and streams that flowed on into infinity. Well, that was 10 years ago to this day, and the wrecking crews have since had their say, and the cement ribbon I used to ascend, its bending serpentine neck extending up the precipitous hillside to my castle in the sky, now only leads to the inexorable march of progress. And though I'm still young, I can hear myself speaking to it in the hushed tones the elderly use, when whispering secrets to their loved ones as they diffuse, like diaphanous apparitions in the rising sun. And upon that inevitable sunrise, I was left alone with the question of whether I had truly loved my house, or rather the moments couched in the strata of my youth, where truth lay bareback on the roof and watched the autumn stars as they spun, cascading through the tapestry of the zodiac until winter had once again come. So I shut my eyes when I pass by and think of a time when a hole in the ground wasn't enough to make me cry. And though I never had the strength to attend the funeral for my oldest friend, if there comes a day when I can give a eulogy at long delay, I think this is what I would say. Well, I don't live here anymore, on the shore where more hollow endings wait to greet the sea, like the sandcastles inside me wait for your lunar gravity. And I haven't been here for a while, so excuse me if I stumble in the darkness of your halls, because my fingers can no longer trace the braille on your crumbling walls. But I want to be inside you when your last ceiling falls, because you're inside me where my heart should be. You feel like high school 10 years on, and the lawn I used to dream on is covered with the landmines of passing time, and the chorus lines in my head have all danced away. And even the nostalgia of this moment won't make them stay. The past is always slipping farther out of reach and out of touch, but I'll reach for it anyway. All
right, judges, write your score on the boards and hold them up. Please, no more than 1 decimal point. I'm a publisher, not a mathematician. Okay, yeah, I also don't have Superman vision. Okay. There's no decimal point though, right? No? Okay. All right, from low to high, we have a 7, a 7.5, and a 10. Let's give a round of applause for Corey. Our next competitor, John Hudson.
This poem is Love of My Life. You're the love of my life, who I was blessed to find. I almost gave up the search as a waste of time. There's been women in my life, but they couldn't touch my heart. I didn't miss them like I do you, whenever we're apart. They didn't stimulate my mind or make my soul sing. Because you do them both, I give you anything. I thank God every day for placing you in my path, someone I can love and return my love at last. The fact that you're beautiful is just the icing on the cake. I used to dread my future, but now I can't wait. With you by my side, it will be bright indeed. I'll do whatever it takes to fulfill your every need. I love you with all my being, from my head to my feet. You're the love of my life that makes my life complete.
You said online your poems are about a minute. Yeah, 1 minute. All right. Judges. All right. From low to high, we have a 6, a 6.5, and a 10. Let's give another round of applause for John. Next up, Skylark.
English speakers sometimes say that Spanish sounds sexy. Mi inodoro se explotó y hay nieve pegado en todas las paredes y el piso ahora. Qué lástima que todavía sirve mi nariz. Would the shape of the words remind you of longing looks and furtive kisses if I told you in English, my toilet exploded and there's shit sticking to all the walls and floor now. What a shame that my nose still works. Only if you're fucking a plumber. Goofball sounds seductive when the word you use is graciosa. When anxieties arise, I want to hear tranquilate instead of calm down. In fact, it's a lot easier to let loose in bed when it's dulcita, tus senos parecen grandísimos cuando estás encima, instead of, sweetie, your tits look huge when you're on top. Try it sometime. Embrace your querido, give him a long beso, and when she puts her hand on your pantalones, suck in your breath and respira. The contours of your lover's form rise to meet your intertwine themselves with the soft purr of the world arr. The beams of the full moon washing in your bedroom window do not waver or blush. They too are intoxicated on the swell of Hispano-Brente ardor. Now, Spanish rolling off an attractive person's tongue is no guarantee of pasión sexual. The dimmy allure might result from a refusal to use lubricación, or someone who cannot fathom anything other than la posición misionaria. But hey, the Spanish worked. It got you into bed with this person in the first place. If he can't find the vagina with his pene, that's on him. And if her lengua has a hard time with the clitoro, maybe she needs more educación sexual. Spanish seduction is far more than just, hola, yo quiero Taco Bell, spouting off quesadilla or chimichanga in an attempt to seduce me just won't work. Okay, unless you happen to be offering me homemade quesadillas or chimichangas just the way I like them. Okay, a food fuck might be as attractive as sexo español. Cojo mejor, me chingo mejor, me, come on, they all sound better than fuck me. Not that there is anything wrong with fuck me, it just lacks certain vowel sounds. Maybe it's discriminatory to fellate by phonetics or to grope by linguistics, but is it any different than being sapiosexual, turned on by intelligence? When the utterances that make you hard and wet are words like circumnavigate, portend, circuitous, eviscerate, indefatigable. What makes sapiosexual more respectable than Espanol sexual? Think on that, and then find me a super inteligente cook who speaks Spanish.
judges. From low to high, we have an 8, an 8, and a 9.9 with a 1/2 point time penalty. Let's give another round of applause for Skylark. Our next competitor, Tom.
This poem's called The Silence Between Trees. Everything you wish and dream is gone, and all of my daily eternity comes slipping through the window. Forever I am looking inside, and nothing is there, and outside is every different death you could imagine. These are the coldest corners where often found is isolation inside the lips of lizards, on the pinnacules of peculiar parasites, where we, whatever feels starved the, oh fuck. Everything we wish and dream is gone, and all of my daily eternity comes slipping through the window. Forever I am looking inside, and nothing's there, and outside is every different death you could imagine. These are the coldest corners where often found is isolation inside the lips of lizards, on the pinnacules of peculiar parasites. But whatever feels fuck me. I'm only wondering what melted the globes at the beginning of your eyeballs. Secrets are only a tiptoe away from glorious steps, and silently they fall like nothing you could hear from a rainbow. We'll have to take a time out from little existence, personal city, where all the laughing light levels of forever eternity smoke the burning need to desire. Mine was fabricated beneath fake fabrication because bitterly bites, unbearably bad, until a petal, simply beautiful, gorgeous, outgrowing myself, wishes to set things right for one last time, but I am absolutely forbidden. In the universe intends indifferently. You've been destroyed by destiny, desperately harmed by humanity. But nonsense or not, tomorrow appears ultimately regretful that you were only hilarious to babbling bums and sorry losers. So whatever if winter was harsh, because now it's spring. 1 year ago was the same thing, and something beautiful has been knocking at my head all day. So it's a good morning. I'm so happy in forgetting that keeping always touched deeply, dazzled madly, distorted terribly, died secretly. And I loved you forever because of it, and then you weren't important. As all was well until you found fine to rush to an unstable moment in time, to set my table with a glass of bloody wine. So I am downing all I am able to dine, having forked out my cares, the whys, wins, and wheres, and still no relief is succeeding the feeding beneath, and my infected interiors arranged to change. Because my destruction is not an obstruction, only anxiety to the bones. These withering stones are deteriorating to design. I am a creation of obliteration. My eyes are breaking to pieces, binding together and building diminishingly. There is no place for pacing, hesitating, and knowingly awaiting the unknown waiting. So here's to tasting the unknown. How strangely grim to wait until, know not when I am but know. But then again, what's stranger still to know just when and how I will. Sorry.
Try to get the snap going when you're trying to remember, and you're going so fast. I couldn't get people snapping. All right, we have from low to high, we have a 5, a 6, and a 7. Let's give another round of applause for Tom. Next up, Steve Brighton.
This is titled Sputter and Fuse. The sun ain't hanging in the sky for its own amusement. It's burning every last one of its 11,000 degrees for you. Centuries after you and I have been decomposing for decades, the sun will begin to falter. It will sputter and fuse helium into heavy elements. The sun will swallow up entire chunks of the universe fighting for its life. Until then, let's hang our dying arms out the window and drive. Thank you.
Judges. All right, from low to high, we have a 7.1, a 7.5, and a 9. Let's give another round of applause for Steve. Next up, T. Ungodle.
Today is my birthday. I wake up, I take my first step, I see. Today is my birthday. I no longer talk about metal and glass. The lustful quench of color lingers on my tongue, newly grown food that I have never before tasted, because today is my first day, my birthday. Today is my birthday. I know it by the gypsy moths reinventing their traveling songs, and I teach it to the feathers and the fur and the manes and the hooves. For the first time, I can hear every voice. Today is my birthday, and dancers spill their costumes across public transit and lunch hours, and someone shakes my hand, passing me a card signed by mankind. Long before today, it was decided if I would be a cobbler, an engineer, a clock builder, a reaper, a doctor, a farmer, but on my birthday, I have decided to be. Today is your birthday. Wrap yourself in a jacket of eyes, blue and green, a peacock's tail pointing all directions, all the better to see. The corners of a field square themselves, mountain, valley, pinch, tuck, back, folding earth and grass into the shape of your hands and your face. Through the alchemy of some earthbound kitchen, your heart is fired in the oven until it beats. Today is your birthday. You whispered so many things, crippled by the bleeding wound of a story untold, but today a crown is placed on your brow, and the oak and the rocknick will ply your ear, telling you all the old stories. All the old stories in the blessed language of the crane fly and the ground ivy, the story of the tree that drinks from the stream, from the rain, and from the well. Today is our birthday. We sing an epic hymn about following rain-bright taillights down the epic throat of our God. The butterfly breaks the engine and saplings buckle the supply chain. We count the seconds between the vision and the voice until we can tell if the storm is coming or going. On our birthday, we wait in the patience of the nightshade mood, washing our skin in a bathtub of starlight, even though we expect to be burned by the heat, knowing that we will carry those scars. Today can be our birthday, if we choose it. Thank you.
Judges, from low to high, we have an 8, we have an 8.5, and we have a 10. Let's get another round of applause for Teresa. Our final competitor of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, Aria.
This poem's called House of Rocks. I built a secret house out of rocks, a tower of pebbles in a field of stones, hidden away from the world. I did something without you. I was strong enough to build something all on my own. I was strong enough to do it all without you. This magnificent palace of mine, just a tower of rocks, but it was mine. But you found it. You found my little house of rocks, and you tore it down, stone by stone, tearing it down to nothing. But when you were gone, I didn't even cry. Not one tear. Yes, it hurt. Every stone you tore down and tossed out of place became a part of me, but I'm stronger than you ever thought I'd be. I sat and I gathered my rocks back into a small little pile. I placed them stone by stone back in place until my house was rebuilt and my tower stood tall, my little house of rocks, my tower of pebbles. Here I could stand as strong as stone without you.
Judges. For the low to high, we have a 7, an 8, and a 9.9. Let's give another round of applause for Aria while I do some math. Everybody, I had flyers and I forgot to put them on the table out there, so I'll be throwing them at you as soon as this is all done. We are here, Cable Recital Hall at the Canton Cultural Center for the Arts, right next to the Canton Art Museum. We are confirmed booked here through April. May, the symphony will be playing in here during First Friday. We will either be somewhere else or we will be doing something slightly different. You know, like poets performing outside since it'll be warm then. I don't know, we haven't decided yet. That will all be announced in the future. Again, we are here through April for sure. Hopefully next month I'll have featured poets lined up again. That was my bad. I just, money, time. A new open mic is starting up here in Canton. Stardust Poetry at Karma Cafe. Karma Cafe is in the former Arabica location, the former Nervous Dog location, the former Cup of Coffee location, and I think they had about 3 other names as they changed owner over the last 2 years. 4339 Dressler Road Northwest, Canton, Ohio, 7 p.m. every 4th Tuesday starting this month. This will be emceed by Miss Skylark. I'm quite glad to have a new open mic in Canton since the Citizen X series had to end. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking I had another show to promote, but I don't have it this month. Just went to an every other month schedule. All right. With a score of 25, okay, with a score of 24.9, in third place, Aria. With a score of 25.4, in second place, Skylark. And January's Canton First Friday Poetry Slam champion is, with a score of 26.5, T.M. Goddard. Prize money for the slam is provided by Arts and in Stark. Arts and Stark also hooked us up with this amazing hall to have the poetry slam at. Thank you, Arts and Stark. We will see you back here next month on the first Friday of the month. Have a wonderful night.